Families are expected to look after one another, behave similarly, and lead predictable lives. But some families around the world shatter the mold completely, with siblings, parents, or even full households displaying traits you have to see to believe. From record-smashing talents to rare genetic anomalies, these families stretch the boundaries of what we think is possible. Join us for today's video, as we're going to take a look at 15 of the most astonishing families on Earth. Number 15. The OnlyFans Mom. Allie Ray never expected a few private photos would upend her career, but that's exactly what happened. At 41, she was working full-time as an ICU nurse in Florida, juggling stress, long hours, and a family with 3 teenage sons. Posting on OnlyFans started as a side project, an escape, something for herself. But when hospital staff discovered her account, she was forced to choose her job or her content. She left nursing behind. Now she earns over $250,000 a month, and despite the backlash, she's unapologetic. Her husband supports her. Her kids are loved and cared for, and her life, once defined by sacrifice, is now full of freedom and choice. "I'm judged all the time," she told Truly. "But being a mom doesn't mean I can't feel confident or do what I want with my body." People may call her controversial, but Allie doesn't see it that way. She sees a woman who took control and refuses to be ashamed of any part of her identity. Number 14. The Tattooed Dad. Richard Huff is 53, covered in 240 tattoos that blanket 85% of his body, and raising 7 kids with his wife, Marita. And yes, people judge him constantly. Strangers online call him a monster. Others say they feel sorry for his children. But Richard shrugs it off. He's used to the stares. His ink obsession started at 17 and hasn't stopped since, with many tattoos dedicated to his kids. Their 9-year-old daughter says classmates sometimes get scared, until she tells them, "My dad's not scary, he's just cool with tattoos." Marita and Richard have been together for 6 years. She admits her first impression was rough. "I thought I was getting robbed." But once she got to know him, she saw a soft-hearted man beneath the ink. Critics mock their 22-year age gap and question his parenting, but none of it sticks. They get far more support in person, and Richard has one simple answer. "My tattoos don't scare my kids. They give them perspective." Number 13. The Quad Squad. When Brittany and Justin decided to try for a second child, they never imagined they'd end up with 5. Justin was content with 1, but Brittany had her heart set on a son. After convincing him to go through one more round of IUI, they hoped for a healthy baby. Nothing more. But during her scan, Brittany learned she wasn't carrying 1 child. She was having quadruplets. Doctors warned her that carrying all 4 to term could be life-threatening, but Brittany refused to consider giving any of them up. She pushed through and finally welcomed the son she dreamed of, along with 3 daughters. Life changed instantly. Brittany left her career to raise her firstborn, along with the new arrivals. Now, a stay-at-home mom, she runs the house like clockwork. With her homemade red light, green light system and constant energy, she keeps chaos in check. 5 kids later, they wouldn't trade it for anything, and maybe they're not done yet. Number 12. Linda and Timmy Bannon. Most parents baby-proof their homes for safety. Linda Bannon never had to. She and her son Timmy were both born without arms due to Holt-Oram syndrome, a rare genetic condition. But instead of treating it as a setback, they turned it into their strength. Linda learned to cook, drive, and style her hair using only her feet. Doctors once told her she'd never live independently. By 16, she had her driver's license, a college degree, and a career in nursing. She raised Timmy the same way. No special tools, no pity, just grit. Timmy, born with the same condition, grew up swimming competitively, riding with his toes, and mastering video games. Their home has no custom equipment, just sheer resilience. Their story gained national attention after appearances on Ellen and Good Morning America. But away from the cameras, they live with quiet discipline. Every task is practice, every challenge an opportunity. As Linda once told a reporter, strength isn't given, it's built. And Timmy lives that truth every single day. Number 11, the unschooling mom. Cassie Ann doesn't send her kids to school, and she doesn't feel bad about it either. A business owner and hands-on mom, she pulled her daughters, Bug, 9, and Bunny, 8, out of the classroom after deciding the system wasn't right for them. Schools feel like prisons, she says bluntly. She didn't like what they were being taught, or how. Now, Mondays are for home tutoring, and the rest of the week is filled with real-life learning. Cooking, cleaning, creative activities, and lessons designed by Cassie Ann herself. Online critics haven't been kind, and even her own mother disagrees with the decision. But Cassie Ann doesn't flinch. They're polite, respectful, and thriving, she says of her girls. She treats them regularly, yes, even with cosmetic extras, and sees nothing wrong with doing things her way. Her daughters are smart, social, and happy. While others raise their eyebrows, Cassie Ann is raising her kids the way she believes works. For her, freedom matters more than tradition, and she's not looking for approval. Number 10, the Wolf family. For most, body hair is just biology. But for the Gomez Aceves family of Mexico, it's a generational signature etched across their skin. Spread across 5 generations and 19 members, this family lives with congenital generalized hypertrichosis, an ultra-rare genetic condition where thick hair blankets nearly 95% of their bodies. It's caused by a mutation on the X chromosome, so rare that fewer than 1 in a billion are affected. Larry Gomez, the family's most recognized face, was once bullied relentlessly for his appearance. But in the 1990s, he joined a circus, not to disappear into obscurity, but to spotlight his difference. Soon, audiences saw his confidence, not just his condition. His relatives followed suit. Aunt Luisa, cousin Jesus, and others stepped into visibility, turning stigma into strength. They've faced superstition, rejection, and cruel names like cursed. But over time, they turned isolation into empowerment. Today, the Gomez family educates others through documentaries, public shows, and school visits. Number 9, the dad who used to be mom. Ray wasn't always their dad. Once he was a lesbian mom of 2. But after years of discomfort in his own body, Ray finally realized he was transgender after becoming a parent. When he came out, his son Valen was 7, and his daughter Vayla was 5. He and his partner Alyssa sat them down and asked, "How would you feel if I became dad instead of mom?" Their reply, "Okay, why not?" Ray began testosterone shortly after, and within 6 months, had his first gender-affirming surgery. He documented his transition online, even including Valen and Vayla in age-appropriate videos to normalize change. But the internet turned cruel, accusing him of brainwashing and demanding that child services get involved. Ray brushed it off. Alyssa found it harder, admitting she sometimes spirals from the hate. Friends and family struggled too. His sister didn't understand. His best friend cried when he came out. Now Ray's ready to speak with them, honestly, face to face. Whether it brings closure or more tears, he's not hiding. Number 8, the Trapp family. In Minnesota, the Trapp family isn't just tall, they're a record-breaking unit. Recognized by Guinness World Records as the tallest family on Earth, their average height is 6 feet 8 inches. Parents Scott and Christine, along with children Savannah, Molly, and Adam, tower over nearly everyone they meet. Their home had to be customized from floor to ceiling. 8-foot beds, elevated shower heads, and a van converted just to fit their legs. Even daily errands feel like navigating tight mazes. Store aisles, restaurant booths, school desks. Growing up, Savannah ducked through door frames while classmates gawked. Her dad jokes he hasn't touched a step stool since the 80s. But behind the novelty lies real strain: custom shoes from Europe, tailored clothing, and constant public attention. Over time, they embraced it. The Traps now host a yearly Tall Tales campout, connecting with others who share their challenges. Online, their story took off, proof that towering height brings more than stairs. It brings connection and love. Number 7. The 21-year-old stepmom. At 21, Ellie is 5 years younger than her stepdaughter. She's been with her partner Mark for 2 years. They have a 23-year age gap. Mark has 2 kids, Isabel, 16, and Marcus, 12. When they first met Ellie, it was awkward. Now, Isabel calls her her best friend. "She's younger than most of my friends' moms," she laughs. Ellie never imagined herself raising teens before turning 22, but says it felt natural from the start. When they all moved in together, Mark was nervous. "It was a cultural shift for the kids," he said. But the transition worked. Even Ellie's own family was shocked at first, but seeing her happy changed their minds. Online, not so understanding. People call her a gold digger. They call Mark an old man. Ellie hates the constant judgment, but the relationship has only grown stronger. The couple hopes to have children together someday, and if anything, raising stepkids only made Ellie more sure she wants to be a mom herself. Number 6. The Rosario family. Not even in her 30s, Yolancia Rosario was pregnant with her 9th child. She and her husband Michael from Dallas, Texas, are proud parents of 8 boys: Jamel, Michael Jr., Angelo, Armani, Prince, Sincere, Armani, again, and Gimani. Their 4th, heartbreakingly, was stillborn. If Michael had his way, they'd reach 20. Yolancia? She loves family life, but admits she hates pregnancy. Still, she's got a system: meal prepping in bulk, laying out the boys' clothes the night before, and somehow keeping everything running with one big weekly grocery trip, about $400. With a large online following, they've had plenty of critics. People assume they're reckless or living off government support. They're not. They want to show that a bigger family means more connection, not chaos. And in this chapter of their story, they're about to find out their 9th baby's gender. Yolancia's betting on blue again. Boy or girl, though, what they've built is loud, close-knit, and full of love that no one else needs to understand. Now let's move to number 5, the family of glass. In the Lamoureux Ferrerio household, a sneeze could break a bone. Literally. Lisa, Chris, and their daughter Annecy all live with osteogenesis imperfecta, a rare genetic disorder that makes bones so fragile, a small bump or cough can mean a trip to the ER. Between them, they've broken more than 600 bones. There's no cure, and daily pain is a given, but Lisa insists. They're just a regular family with irregular bodies. Every step is calculated, every movement cautious. Even car rides have to be planned, because one pothole could mean a fractured rib. But they laugh, they argue, they celebrate like anyone else. Their daughter, Annecy, doesn't want pity. She wants independence, and that's what her parents fight to give her. They've turned their house into a safe haven, with foam padding, ramps, and custom supports. But their biggest strength? Understanding. They know the pain. They live it. And they're living proof that resilience isn't loud. Sometimes it just quietly refuses to give in, day after day. Number 4, the quadrupedal family. In a small Turkish village, the Ulas family stunned the world with how 5 siblings moved, not upright, but on all 4s. Not because they were forced to, but because their bodies instinctively functioned that way. Hands and feet working in perfect coordination, they walk with the grace and speed of animals. When neurologist Uner Tan observed them in the early 2000s, he called it a rare glimpse into evolutionary history. The children, Safiye, Hussein, Emine, and 2 brothers, share a mutation that affects the cerebellum, the brain's balance center. Over time, their gait replaced walking. Their palms hardened from years of hauling water, chasing goats, and climbing hills most upright villagers avoid. The genetic cause? A recessive trait triggered by generations of close relative marriages, reviving an ancient motor pattern buried in human DNA. The Ulas didn't just adapt, they built entire lives around a walk the modern world forgot. And just as they redefined movement, another family reshaped the meaning of kinship altogether. Number 3. The Drag Queen Dad. By day, John Bryant is a 41-year-old single dad. By night, he transforms into Lily Devine, a bold, beautiful drag queen. Well, for real. After separating from his son's mother, John came out as gay and threw himself into the LGBTQ+ community. That's where he discovered drag, and it lit something up inside him. At first, the response wasn't great. His community raised eyebrows. His friends turned distant. Other parents at the school gates whispered about the drag dad. But through it all, one person never flinched. His son, Nicholas. Now 16, Nicholas stands proudly by his dad, even cheering from the front row when Lily performs. For John, drag isn't just performance, it's healing. It's joy. It's reclaiming parts of himself he buried long ago. Sure, judgment still comes, but the bond between father and son silences the noise. Tonight, Lily Devine returns to the stage post-pandemic. And waiting at the edge of the crowd, clapping louder than anyone, is the one fan who's never wavered, his son. Number 2. The Tattooed Toddler. When Shemika Morris posted a photo of her baby Trillin, nicknamed Nugget, covered in lifelike tattoos, the internet combusted. A 6-month-old with sleeves. Millions reacted with outrage. Some called it abuse, others were fascinated. But behind the viral images was no ink, just FDA-approved airbrushed body paint. A tattoo artist from Florida, Shemika, wanted to blend her art with motherhood. What started as a playful project spiraled into online threats, CPS reports, and heated parenting debates. Shemika stood her ground. Her paints were safe, temporary, and part of a creative bond with her son. After journalists confirmed the tattoos were fake, the narrative flipped. Curiosity overtook anger. Trillin's photos gained a massive following, spreading across TikTok and Instagram like wildfire. What began as backlash transformed into branding. Merch, interviews, features, all followed. But more than fame, Shemika sparked a raw discussion about parenting, judgment, and freedom. So, what do you think about her? Number 1. The Man with 100 Wives. In Cameroon's Western Highlands, King Abumbi II of Bafut lives within a palace unlike any other, shared with nearly 100 wives and over 500 children. What might seem like chaos from the outside is, within Bafut culture, a living lineage. When Abumbi ascended the throne in 1968, he also inherited his late father's wives, a tradition rooted in duty, not desire, designed to protect family lines and care for widows. Over time, his royal household grew, with new marriages solidifying alliances and honoring customs. Inside the compound, order rules. Senior queens handle disputes, advise on tribal governance, and mediate community concerns. Younger wives oversee schools, health drives, and village initiatives. The palace functions like a self-sustaining city, complete with guards, tutors, and courtyards echoing with children's voices. In Bafut, family, leadership, and legacy are fused. Power is shared and multiplied, its strength measured not in titles, but in the stability of a kingdom run by tradition and a woven family structure. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon.